Yori back with Big Lugs Barbecue. I got a big old fat dog prime rib today. That thing weighs 19 pounds. It's gonna be nice. I got my daughter getting married this weekend in 2 days, and so life's a little crazy. My wife's not handling that. So my job's to smoke like a fat kid for a couple of days. How do you beat that? I've got 2 briskets we're gonna do, a bunch of pork butts, this big old 19-pound prime rib. We're gonna make sliders. So I'm gonna show you kind of start to finish how to do your prime rib. Then we'll make some sliders. I know that's almost sacrilegious to make sliders out of prime rib, but when it's your daughter's wedding and you're the guy, you just say, hey, do whatever you want and show them your credit card. So here we go. I'm just gonna trim this a little bit. Like I said, it's a big old piece of prime rib. I'm just gonna get a little bit of meat showing, not a ton. And take a little bit of that fat off. Ow, don't cut yourself. That crap hurts, dude. You only do that once and then you quit cutting towards your fingers. Don't cut towards your fingers, boys and girls, even if you think you're smart. So I'm just gonna trim a little fat, and we're gonna season this thing up. I'm gonna put it in the smoker at 230 to try to build a little smoke. I'll run that for about an hour, hour and a half, and then I'll put a thermometer in that and crank it up to 275 and run that till I get to 125. I wanna run that temperature. I wanna pull that at 125 because I want it nice and just a good rare. And then what we're gonna do, I took the ribs off the bottom, so I carved those off, and I've got that big old rack of ribs, and so I'm gonna make au jus sauce out of that. Then I'll slice this, I'll smoke it today, cool it off. I've got a slice, I'm gonna slice that really thin and make sandwiches. We'll do little prime rib sandwiches. How do you beat that? So if you're in St. George Saturday, come eat some brisket and prime rib and whatever other sandwiches you got. So anyway, we're just gonna trim that up and we're gonna season it up. We got that out of the smoker, it hit 126 degrees. Man, it looks so good. I think prime rib is my favorite. I mean, I love smoking everything, but this thing's money. You can come in and kind of look at that. Look at the big old nice crust on that. I mean, that thing's just, whoa, a little blood running. Oh yeah, you got it like that. There you go. If it's not bleeding, don't eat it. So I'm gonna wrap this now. We're just gonna wrap this up, let it sit for about 40 minutes, and then I'm gonna slice it in half so I can have a little sample, and then the rest I'm gonna cool and then slice for those sliders, which breaks my heart, but that's my sacrifice for the day. So anyway, that's smoked up nice. We smoked it at 130 to start with, turned it up to 230, turned it up to 275 for the last hour or so. It's at 126 internal temperature. We're gonna wrap it and let it sit here. I'll see you in a minute. All right, it's been not quite an hour almost. That's just been sitting wrapped, and man, that looks good. Let's pick that thing out of there. Still nice and warm. Oh, boom. That looks nice. Okay, so like I said, we're making sliders for the wedding. So I'm actually gonna cut this long ways like this, cool it, let's put it on the slicer later, but well, like I said, it's just kind of sacrilegious, but we got to take a look at this bad boy and see what we created, right? How does that look? Oh yeah, that is not, this is the best part of the job. Nobody's don't know if I carved me out a little metal out of there, right, Sydney? You're not telling? Dude, that looks good. Get a little close up on that. I mean, you can see the juice in there just run. I mean, look how juicy that thing is. I mean, that is a perfect prime rib. Notice there's hardly any juice on the cutting board. We'll let that come back into the meat. That's the important part of resting your meat. Is we would have had a whole bloody cutting board if I would have cut that in half right after. But instead, that's where all that juice is. It is in that meat, which just makes that thing off the hook. I mean, that is, see them, there's no blood leaking out. That is all staying in the meat. Here's your best little piece right there. So why would I not eat that little thing? Oh, dude. Why would we ever make sliders? Here's the bad part. They got a fat guy cooking. We might just be having brisket and pulled pork sliders because I might just eat all that. Look at it running down my fingers. Oh, man. I don't know what you guys are doing the rest of the night, but I'll be killing that piece. Keep watching. We'll slice it up. I'll show you the sliders at the wedding tomorrow. See ya. All right, so hey, we got our prime rib. We cut that up, we cooked it. It's been in the fridge overnight, and I've cut it kind of about the size of those sliders gonna be. And now we're just gonna slice that, get that ready for those sliders. Like I said, I'm not gonna lie, don't tell my wife, but I had a big old fat hunk of that last night because I had to. Let me just see if that's about the right thickness. Nope, I need to go a little thicker. We'll try that again, see if that works better. That feels a little better. How's that, better? Yeah, there you go. So that's all we're gonna do. I'm just gonna slice all that prime rib, just about that thick. And like I said, that side, that's going on sandwiches, but that'll make some great sliders. I made a whole bunch of au jus sauce, so we're gonna dip this in the au jus on the stove for about 30 seconds, put it in there, get it nice and hot, and I'll take that out and put it on those sandwiches. So, like I said, Chase, wedding tonight, receptions, St. George, we got prime rib, I've got briskets ready to come off the smoker, we got 5 pork butts. We're smoking like madmen, and we'll make some awesome little sliders. We'll see you up to the wedding. All right, dude, hey, we got it all done. I forgot to put them together. We got there's our sandwiches, prime rib with some sick sauce. Got brisket, pulled pork. We made au gratin potatoes in the tins. Anyway, I'll have Jeff pan out my daughter's wedding.
How's father of the bride?
Oh, he's running around. How are you doing, lady? How are you? Good. Oh, yeah. You guys gotta go for pictures. All right, let's do it.
Anytime?
Right now. Where's your wife at? Is she not out here?